Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back here on CelloSport to Blue Water Stadium. We'll be covering the last game in Group D of the main draw between Tawa and North Wellington, both obviously clubs out of the Wellington region. Important game here, in particular for Tawa at the kind of other end of the results at the moment. Both these teams coming in after a tough kind of opening day and a half of this group. North Wellington have picked up 2 draws so far to be on 2 points. Tawa yet to pick up a point in this draw. So obviously there's 4 teams across the 4 groups here in the main draw sitting on 0 points at this point. And of course 2 will drop down into the satellite, into the 2023 tournament. So imperative here that Tawa put up a good performance in and get some points on the board to help put a bit of a gap on those other teams that are going into this other last round of fixtures here in the group stage. Of course, after that, after this game, we'll take a break and we'll bring you 2 of the quarterfinals out of the men's draw live, both from Blue Water Stadium here and on our outside field on number 5. So all of those draws to be confirmed once the last round is completed and all the results are in. And we'll see how the standings all stack up. North Wellington just struggling to recapture some of the form that saw them win this tournament last year. I mean, albeit the COVID-restricted version, where we didn't have all of the teams travelling from the top of the North Island, particularly the Auckland and Hamilton sides that have really added a lot to this tournament this year, getting back to the full draw of 72 teams across the 3 tournaments. But Tawa in the red, getting us underway. They'll be looking for a strong start. Alex Smart, the striker for North Wellington, was so impressive last year in this tournament. Was named player of the tournament at the end of it after North Wellington lifted the trophy. So he'll be looking to rediscover some of that scoring touch in this game. Again, as we get into this game, a big thanks to the sponsors for CelloSport for this tournament, Ford & Hogan and Pixlot. Obviously great to have their assistance in making it all possible for us to be here and bring as much of this football across the weekend to everybody at home as we can. So a little bit of a slow, tentative start out here at the moment. Just the 2 sides filling each other out. Of course, it's now their 5th game and what really is kind of a day and a half, so it's a tough slog on the bodies, so not expecting everybody to be bursting out of the blocks at 100 miles an hour. Got to pick your moments when to get forward. Obviously, we've talked around it a lot this week, but the shortened games, it's all about chance creation and putting the ball into the right areas of the park to make sure that you're creating enough chances to win these games and being defensively sound enough not to cough up any soft ones. Last thing you want to do is have to go chase multiple goals in a must-win game. Tawa can't control that. It was North Wellington being able to bring it away. Brosnan into the box. Looks for the cutback to Mort, but it is blocked from the Tawa defenders and they can get it clear. Relieve some of the pressure, but an early scare here for Tawa. Again, North Wellington stream forward. Should be able to find a runner in the box. Delivery across. No deflection, so it's just out for a goal kick. But we've now seen North Wellington exploit some good space down both flanks of this Tawa defence. Haven't been able to find a delivery central yet to cause a problem off either of those runs, but we're only a couple of minutes into the start of this game, but early warning signs for Tawa for sure. It's a difficult throw into control for Alex Mort there. It's just been fired straight at his head. Does his best to cushion the header, but can't control it. No real harm done though, just straight out for a throw-in. So Tawa, just looking at the team sheet here, must have suffered a few injuries for the tournament as we approach this last game. And as we said before, it's the 5th game in just over a day and a half. Only got the 3 on the bench at the moment, so it would show that had a tough kind of weekend of it so far with picking up niggles and knocks. Great turn in the middle of the park. Wanted to find the ball out to the left-hand side, but just had to check his pass and come back inside. But able to recycle position, which is good. Karan Patel, the skipper in the middle of the park for North Wellington, does well to win the ball back. Receives it again, does Patel. Not a lot of movement ahead of him. Just plays the ball out wide to the right. Brave defending at the back. Fernhoff very composed just to skip past the striker's challenge. Keep the ball moving. Patel moves the ball forward to Gardner. Gardner out wide. Another good opportunity to cut inside. Tries a little slip ball in behind for Mort. Gets a good finish in, but the flag's got up on the far side. Won't count. Very good play, very good build-up play for North Wellington though. They will certainly take a lot of positives out of that. Great movement. Slip ball probably just delayed it just a touch for the run of Mort. But we saw that threat a lot out of Alex Moore in behind in last year's iteration of this tournament. Good turnover, Patel into the box. Tawa win the challenge and give up the first corner of the game. First opportunity now for North Wellington to set up a set piece. Patel just takes a while to get him back to his feet. He doesn't seem to be carrying any knock, which is good. So Mort to take. Outswing it. Just a little bit behind the runners, so Tawa can get it clear. But North Wellington should be able to recycle. Not the cleanest defending there from North Wellington, but they do get away with it as they maintain possession. Again, looking for that early ball for Mort. Going to have to be a little bit more accurate from there, though. He's 3 on 1 at the back, so going to have to find the space for him. As Tawa win the ball back in midfield. They look for the clip pass, but that's the back of Karan. Patel in midfield. Don't know if he knew too much about the interception, but I'm sure he'll claim it. Patel and acres of space again, can turn in midfield. Find Gardner out this left side. Gardner again. Good interplay with Patel. Patel's gone beyond him, but he's gone into an offside position, so he can't be refound. Ryan Lee in midfield does well to maintain position under heavy pressure, but Tawa do win it and come away. Looking for a central option. Has to go wide out to the left-hand side. Dryden does well to recover to pick it up before it goes out of play for a throw-in. A little bit scrappy, but Tawa can maintain it. It will be a Tawa throw-in. Longer throw, just trying to get it in and around the edge of the area. It just turns into a bit of a scrappy battle here. The Tawa will win the ball, but commit the foul, but the referee's happy to play an advantage as North Wellington maintain the ball. Patel gets in midfield, looks to get his head up. More on the turn. Nice little slip ball in behind. North Wellington again threading the area. The Tawa do enough to get the numbers back and win possession back and start moving the ball up the field. But the Patel Gardner interlink in midfield seems to be paying dividends so far for North Wellington. Seem to be finding the space in midfield. Tawa really need to close in on those two and stop that play through. Another good incisive pass into midfield through the lines. North Wellington get more space down this right-hand side. Rides the first challenge. Should into the area. Tries to take byline. Cuts inside. Squares to Mort. His shot's blocked. Drops to the edge, but over. Gardner just snapped it at it a little bit as the ball was put back to him by Alex Mort. But another threatening period there for North Wellington. It's a loose delivery here from the goalkeeper. Well cleaned up though. Threat was short-lived. Patel holds it in midfield. North Wellington again causing problems down this left-hand side. Eased off it. Just no time for the Tawa midfielders. Another slip ball in for Mort. He will get there first. Gets a good strike away. Just wide. Real alarm bells ringing there for Tawa. Tawa on the play up. They're going to get this clip ball out to the right into good space. It's a good delivery. Got equal numbers up here if they can manipulate it well. They should win themselves something out of this, but no. No, they've got it off the Tawa play last, and North Wellington do get the defensive throw-in. North Wellington very comfortable just to maintain the ball in the defensive third. Tawa get the turnover. They are getting good numbers forward into these counter-attacks. They seem to find the right ball at the end of it. Driving into the area. Ball to the far post. Intercepted. Tawa lots of position now inside the 18-yard box, but just can't fashion the chance, and North Wellington bring it away. Little back heel has worked out for North Wellington, but it wasn't where it was supposed to go. Just a little bit of a delay on the ball forward. He would have liked that just a half second earlier. Just had to hold his run. It does get the throw in on the back of it, but just felt if it was moved just slightly quicker, he might have been able to get an extra couple of metres as defender and get into the area himself. North Wellington win the throw-in. Just a little bit of confusion as to who's going to take that on the far side. Tawa play gives it up. Patel's in position again. Skipper's really putting his hand up to get the ball as often as he can for North Wellington. Strong challenge. Strong challenge from there from Tawa, but certainly no foul. Mort, just a little bit late. No real malice in it. Sends his apologies to the defender. Game rolls on. Again, Tawa look to get a bit of width in their play. But losing on that first phase, which would be frustrating for the coaching staff, I'd imagine. Just can't get the ball under control out there. It's another good ball into the right channel. This time they do bring it down. Just bobbling around the edge. Looking to make himself a yard to shoot, and he does. Forces a fine save out of the goalkeeper. A little bit too hot to handle. Happy just to get the punch on it. Good first opportunity there for Tawa. Get their first set piece opportunity of the game now. Certainly one you'd hope your keeper's saving, but it was coming at pace. It was probably a good decision just to get something on it to get it up and over the bar. But here's the set piece delivery. Hangs it out to the back post. Tawa win the first header, but comfortably through to the goalkeeper. Mort's just dropped off to the left, probably looking for the delivery in there. And the clearance has gone pretty straight. Now he's got his flag up for an offside here, but referee waves it on. They've got possession. I think it was just the Tawa striker coming back from an offside position. Long ball into Mort. Not a bad first touch, but heavy pressure coming through the back of him. So unable to retain it. But Powell with a driving run for Tawa here, trying to get something out of it, but it is played off him. North Wellington again on the play out. Very relaxed, playing inside their own 18-yard box. Tawa not committing too much pressure up high. They're happy to set their bank a little bit deeper. Although Patel's dropped into a bit of a hole to win it, but it goes longer range. And into more up front. He's got his defender one-on-one. He's going to drive the area. Gets in front of him. Oh, tries a little square ball back. Thought he might have just tried to lash that across the face of goal. He went for the unselfish option, and Tawa can bring it away. Brosnahan down this side. This left-hand side's been a real danger for Tawa so far. Just has that turn of pace to really cause problems. But Tawa go for the longer range out to this left-hand side. A little bit scrappy, but they retain the ball through a couple of challenges. Just lose it around the edge. Give North Wellington a chance to break, and just got pace on both sides that's causing huge problems for Tawa. He slipped it through for Moore, who'll get the ball in the back of the net for the second time. But for the second time, the flag's gone up. Again, the movement is good. The pace of the wide players for North Wellington really is pulling Tawa to pieces at the back there. Oh, great turn inside. Powell with a very lovely bit of football there. Tawa want to get something out of this. Tried something audacious in the corner. Trying to go for that little rainbow flick over his mark. He left it behind. Would have been one for the highlight reel, I'm sure. So 4 minutes out from the break now. As we've said at the start, neither of these two in contention to get into the quarterfinal stage of this tournament, but certainly the onus on this game is really on Tawa to get something out of it. One of 4 teams across the group stages on 0 points. Alex Moore works well around the edge, but just can't slide his ball in behind, and Tawa can clear. Yeah, so Tawa, one of 4 teams sitting on 0 points after the first 4 rounds of their group stage. So really to avoid dropping into the satellite for 2023. Want to get something that puts them ahead of 2 other clubs out there playing right now. Certainly fairly even game. Probably North Wellington shading it so far. Alex Moore has obviously had the ball in the back of the net twice from offsides and had one other good chance across the face. Tawa's had one good chance of their own, forcing a good save from the goalkeeper. So certainly will go either way this match. Someone's going to have to grab it by the scruff of the neck, take control. Again, Brosnahan hands it off to Gardner. Gardner will probably look for Moore. Into Brosnahan. Back to Moore. Forced out by the defender. Not enough. Enough to be shoulder to shoulder from the referee's call. Tend to agree with that. A little bit of contact, but certainly not worthy of a penalty, I wouldn't imagine. Again, skipper Patel just to settle it down. Gets it back on the turn. Probably a little bit adventurous on the play out. Gardner hadn't really moved enough of an angle to make that ball possible. So it just runs away, and Tawa will get us restarted with another throw-in. Trying to find Ward over the top. What's been a real danger man here. Almost turns it over. Right in the danger area, but it's safely marshalled out for a goal kick. Of course, a point, depending on the results. A point for Tawa could be enough to see them safe for next year. Time will tell, of course. They really want to go through and claim all 3 points against North Wellington here, though. North Wellington certainly aren't making that easy. Patel shows well to receive off his goalkeeper. A few little frantic moments here for North Wellington on the play out. And the ball slipped in behind. There's no one in the boxes yet for Tawa. There's a late run coming far post. I think he was surprised it came all the way through. Dryden there. I'll be honest, I was surprised it got all the way through to him as well. Just missed the clearance. North Wellington survive and take us through to half time. So the biggest chances in this game were obviously both of Alex Morts that were ruled out for offside after putting it in the back of the net twice. Outside of those, probably one great chance each for both of these sides. Neither obviously taken, so takes us through to 0-0 at the break. We'll be back with you in the next 5 minutes to bring you the second half here from Blue Water Stadium. Welcome back. Alex Moore about to get the second half underway for North Wellington. It's a pretty good footballing performance, I would say, from North Wellington. Yeah. Big calls from the crowd coming in from the outer fields. But just a simple free kick given away. Wellington again, comfortable at the back. Again, not a frantic pace starting in the second half. We saw that in the first half. Game kind of grew into it. Tawa do well, win the ball right on the touchline, but swarmed out of midfield a little bit. Patel will eventually win, although only as far as the defensive line of Tawa. Drops to the edge, good strike, good block. Calls for handball, waved away. Guess you could say his hands were inside his body line. Tawa might get another opportunity here. Huge moment in the game though. So in desperate of a goal here. Tawa. Oh, the ball blocked away, it was a good strike. Mort now to ease the pressure. Ryan Lee with the delivery, looking back for more. Great ball, keeper doesn't know much about it, hits him at the back. And then the clearance. Clearance strikes the Tawa player and into the back of their own net. Heartbreaking after what we saw at the other end, but North Wellington take the lead. It was just a dangerous ball from Lee. The way it into the box, it came in at a weird angle. It looked like Mort was going to get to the end of it, but he just couldn't quite get there. It just confused the keeper. Into the back of the net. Just confirming, I think that might have been a clearance into a North Wellington player for the goal as opposed to an own goal. So apologies for getting that mixed up. But North Wellington with the lead. Tawa really, I mean, they were going to have to push to get some goals in this game anyway. Now it's even more important. The last thing Tawa needed at the start of the second half was to fall behind. Of course, if you're just joining us, the recap, needing to get points in this game to avoid being one of the two bottom place sides across the main draw that will drop into the satellite for 2023. Good move around the edge of the area. Just tried to lean out, bend that into the top right-hand corner, but a little bit too high. Harmlessly sails over the crossbar, and North Wellington can get us restarted with a goal kick. And Patel, comfortable to get it off his defenders in that deep midfield area. He'll look to receive it again, potentially off the goalkeeper. This is a little bit wayward. And Tawa can turn it over. Out into this wide area now. Trying to get the little interplay done, but North Wellington can clean it up. Mort wins the header. It's a nice little ball over the top for Mort. This could be dangerous for Tawa. Drives it closer to the goalkeeper. Mort still that threat up front. Such a hard worker. Returns it back to Patel. Back to Patel. Keeper does enough to get the first save. He keeps it in, but it looks like there might be a head injury. The ref might need to stop this. Tawa into the area, get a strike. Again, a little bit wayward. And I don't think North Wellington will be too much of a rush to get this back into play. So, North Wellington goalkeeper just taking his time. It looks like by the time he gets back, North Wellington will make a couple of changes. It might be the next stoppage as the ball's back into play. There's space in there for West to bring it down. This is a good movement out from Cubby. Asking for the handball there. Ref, little shrug of the shoulders. Nothing doing. I think the referee's got a free kick out there on the far side for Tawa. We'll have a quick stoppage though while we get the substitutions made. So Tawa on the play out now. Really going to have to put the ball at risk a little bit as this half stretches on. Need a lifeline back into this match. They won't know what's happening on the other ground, so they've got to think a point might be enough, but they may need to get 3. We've seen one good chance created from them when they forced a good save midway through the first half. Good delivery. Do win the first header. But it's just not falling. Just not falling for them as it goes at the end. Referee will play advantage. Mort will drive at goal. This is where he's really dangerous. Delivers inside. And again. Oh, nice little stop play. Big defensive dive in there. It looked like a bit of contact if it'd gone down. Amazing sequence of play for North Wellington. Just bobbling around the box. So many touches in there. Just not enough to create that goal scoring chance. I think the Tawa defender took a big risk diving at that ball, but got away with it. Did enough to put off the shot. But North Wellington again into the box. Again can take a couple of touches in there. So happy to turn in there. Patel skips through a couple. out for a goal kick. So we're just getting some other results through from around the grounds and the rounds that finish soon. So as it pertains to Tawa's situation, a point will be enough now for them to be able to maintain their status in the main draw. We've seen a couple of teams finish their 5 games on 0 points. So it makes their task slightly easier now. They don't need to chase this for 2 goals. They just need to make sure that they're keeping themselves safe. As Mort comes in over the top. Oh, a couple of strong challenges going in from this Tawa side now. They're going to have to bring the same intensity to the attacking half of the ball as opposed to just the defensive, though. As we've just said, we've seen the results come through, so a point will be enough. Just need to keep this North Wellington side out and get one back themselves. But for how well this North Wellington side's played and how dangerous they look this second half, that's certainly not going to be an easy feat. So again, long searching ball for Mort. Again, he works so hard to bring that under control. And Tawa get the opportunity to break down this left-hand side. Nice little slip in behind. Can they get something away on this? They do enough to get a corner. This could be a great opportunity for Tawa here from a set piece. It's their second corner of the match. Want to put this right in a good area. Get plenty of runners at it. It's out the back post. Do get to it first. Again, a little bit of a bobble. North Wellington should clear and do. It just relieves any sort of pressure. Mort's been released in behind again. Gets a strike, good first save. Defensive clearance hasn't done enough though. And it's in. Harsh on the Tawa defender on the recovery. Tawa on the restart. Trying to do something audacious, going from the halfway line. I think frustration is just getting the better of some of the Tawa players now. After a bit of a delay, free kick will get us restarted from North Wellington. Tawa going to have to really dig deep these last 10 minutes now, trying to get these goals back, trying to get themselves a point. Not too sure exactly how all the goal difference changes what kind of effect they will have on the final standings. All they know is a point will separate them from a couple of other sides who have finished on 0 after their 5 group games. They need to get themselves a lifeline somehow. Is this going to be the moment? Need to get something, a chance, or at least a corner out of this. But harmless goal kick. As North Wellington go to the bench again. Yeah, looks a little firm in the back. North Wellington will get the free kick. I don't think the assistant quite liked that little coming together, so he's coming in for a chat. Referee just go talk to the player. Yellow card for that challenge. But probably more importantly for Tawa now is not necessarily the booking, it's the extra time that's been taken away to go through that chat and to get the card out. Obviously there's no added time in these group games, just to try to keep as close to the schedule as possible with the sheer number of games with the 72 team tournament being run. Wellington player has to ride a few challenges through the air, but in the end it goes out for a throw in. Tawa will get us restarted. Just seems to be a bit of an edge to this game at the moment. Last couple of minutes has come into it. And that's a shocking challenge in there. And I think he'll be lucky if that's yellow. Certainly don't like to see this. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of play at the ball on the original challenge. I'd say he's probably lucky that that's the yellow if that's what it stays as. So North Wellington get the ball moving again. So hopefully after those cards, the game can kind of settle down a bit. There's more. It's going to put pressure on the goalkeeper. Going to create another opportunity here. Should be able to stand this up. He's got numbers in the box. Goes far post for Moore, who does get up to win the header, but it's out for a goal kick. See another change coming for North Wellington now. North Wellington just looking to see this game out now. See if they can create another chance or two before the end. It's going to take something pretty special now in the last 4 minutes for Tawa to get the 2 goals at least that they require. Another free kick out there. It's getting pretty scrappy on the Tawa side now. A lot of free kicks in the last few minutes. Want to take the delivery. Can imagine he's just going to put this right in at the back post. That's where all the numbers seem to be. Oh, it just doesn't get the elevation. Doesn't skip the first man. Always a frustrating play. Tawa look to counter. Yeah, gives up the free kick. Good ball forward for Moore. Look to take this on the volley. He does. Great finish. Great finish. He's been threatening that all day. The ball that went through just meant he had to take that first time, and he did it so well. Yeah, we saw a lot of that last year in this tournament. What was really their go-to for North Wellington. A wonderful finish. So as we get into the last couple of minutes, North Wellington will finish their group on 5 points. Tawa's just going to have a look around at the other results, work out the maths on the goal difference scenario. And their survival will hang in that balance. Let's get the ball forward, looking to finish this game on a positive. Tawa moving the ball well, just to the edge of the D. But in the end, they just give it away, and North Wellington will have a chance to counter-attack. Nice little back heel. Now they've got a 3v1. Mort's going to have to maintain his position. He may have been offside. Yeah, flag's gone up near side. Yeah, ref split up the offside. It's going to be a little quick break for the injury here. Only 30 seconds or so to go. Oh, and referee brings the game to a close. Final score here in Group D. North Wellington 3, Tawa 0. What it means for the final standings in Group D is that North Wellington will finish on 5 points. Tawa will finish on 0. And we'll look to goal difference in the other groups. There's now at least 3 teams that are going to finish the group stage with 0 points. So the survival for the main draw will depend on goal difference. So we'll have to see how that all pans out. At the other end of the tournament, we're now moving into the quarterfinals. And we'll bring you 2 quarterfinals at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The games are still yet to be confirmed as other groups are getting completed around the grounds. But what we do know is on the outside pitch, on pitch 5, we will have the Wellington Olympic quarterfinal. And we're still waiting to hear who that will be up against. And here on Blue Water Stadium, we will have Kashmir Technical. And again, we're waiting for their opponents. But keep an eye on the social media, keep an eye on the YouTube channel. And we'll get those matches populated as soon as we can. But we will bring Kashmir, looks like it may be the Western Springs game, but we will confirm that. So keep an eye on all the social media channels and on the YouTube channel. And we'll bring both of those quarterfinals to you live from Blue Water Stadium and pitch 5 here at Park Islands. Thank you for joining us. Very intriguing game here between North Wellington and Tawa. And we look forward to the quarterfinal stage. We'll see you then.